feel like life is an illusion? That it's some crazy magic trick? Do you ever feel that way? I mean, I do sometimes. And what do I mean by that? You know, I hear a lot people say, how do you go live? How do you do it? How do you shoot video? How do you do it? Well, part of it is just doing it. But that's what I want to talk about with illusions and really putting all of ourselves out there. You know, sometimes, I don't know if you feel like this, sometimes I feel like I go 95% there and then I stop and I just wait and I kind of sit. Do you ever feel that way? And then you feel like you're 95% there and something's just missing. Do you ever feel that way? I'll give you a little story. I was 5 years old when I started in the theater, and my mom put me in it because she said I just had all this energy. And I remember, it's one of my only memories, I remember standing on this black, dark stage as a 5-year-old. I remember not being able to see anybody. But I remember feeling so comfortable on this black stage because I got to pretend to be somebody else. Do you hear that? I got to pretend to be somebody else. And most people don't know this about me, but I'm an introvert. I would rather literally right now have my jammies on, and I actually had my jammies on just for a few minutes ago, and I just changed. But I would rather have my jammies on, eating, I mean, it's bonbons would be okay at 1 o'clock, right? And a glass of wine, and doing that, because I'm an introvert. And stepping outside my comfort zone, shaking hands, kissing babies is not my thing. And then people go, well, how do you go live? How do you do this every day? And I started thinking about this, and I started really asking myself those questions. Am I going all in, or am I holding back? Because as a child, I used theater as a way to imagine myself as someone else, because being someone else was so much easier than being me. And over the time, I realized about that. I realized that I have the hardest time accepting who I am and truly being me. It's the hardest person to be. It's fun to be somebody else, to imagine that we're like when we were kids, imagine that we were going to the moon, and imagine that we were playing doctor. It's the coolest thing and the funnest thing in the world to imagine that. But you know what's the hardest person to be? It's the hardest person to be me. And it's, for a lot of people, it's the hardest person to be yourself, because you're vulnerable. And my biggest tip is, when you're doing video, when you're doing live, when you're public speaking, you have to just be you. You have to stop worrying what anybody else is going to say, because there's always going to be naysayers out there. There's always going to be someone that says they don't like how you do this, they don't like how you do this, they think you suck, all the time. But here's the thing, they just aren't your tribe. They just aren't meant to be with you. So my biggest tip I can give you when you're going live, when you're shooting video, is you have to strip down. You have to be you. You have to know who you are, and you have to accept it. Now, are you going to be that way every single day? Of course not. We're going to have days in which we feel ugh and yucky and gross and tired, and we just don't want to get up in the morning, and that's okay. We're going to have ups and downs, but we have to acknowledge when we have those downs. We have to appreciate when we have those ups, and then we have to just give people props for trying something new. You know, just for putting themselves out there, for trying. And then after that, all the logistics can come. Once we accept who we are, and it's a work in progress, once we, as Brandy Holloway says, #own your fire, once you do that, everything else can happen. I had a really wonderful time talking with a dear friend of mine, Janelle Bailey Keene, on Monday. It was my anniversary, And I took time to go and see her because I wanted her help on a project and I wanted just to be with her for a little bit. And she said, "What's your why? Why do you do what you do?" And I thought about it and I'm like, you know, for me, my why is that I want to tell and help people tell their stories, their passions, their joys, their ups and downs with the world in order to connect people together. And that's what I want to do. And then I thought, well, gosh, if that's what I want to do, then I don't have to have reservations. I just have to be me. And that's what I challenge you to do. You just have to be you. And you have to jump and accept you and whatever comes out. So how can we do this? How can I give you a tip? It's going to take time. It's going to be a work in progress. But when you're going to think about live and you're going to think about video and you're going to think about presenting, what I want you to think about is start baby steps. Take out your phone and record yourself 5 seconds, just 5 seconds, and watch it and then immediately post it. You know, we get hung up with, it's got to be perfect. I need to stop saying so all the time. What I want you to do is I want you to take out your phone. I want you to hit that red record button, and I want you to record yourself 5 minutes, whatever it is. You could be saying, hey, I'm having a fantastic day. Hey, it's my birthday. Hey, it's my anniversary. Hey, I had a glass of wine, whatever it is. And then I want you to post it and just not worry about it. But I want you to watch it, because here's the thing. Oftentimes we create videos and then we're like, oh no, I couldn't. I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna watch myself. And we need to. We need to accept ourselves. We need to love ourselves, but we need to learn from ourselves. We don't like watching ourselves because we're our own worst critics. We are the ones that get in our own way. And by watching ourselves, we start to accept ourselves, we start to love ourselves, and then we start to learn from what we're doing. We become passionate about how to get to the next level. How can I start eliminating those fluff words? How can I start really focusing on my enunciation? How can I start more quickly editing this or not? How can we be okay with whatever comes out? And I think that's the biggest thing, is being okay with whatever comes out and not feeling like it has to be perfect and not feeling like we have to super edit everything. I struggle with that. I'm like, oh, no, I got to take 5 minutes. I got to do this. Oh, no, wait, that picture can't go out like that. I have to throw it into a filter program and I have to hide all this. Fact of the matter is I'm a 40 badass woman, and that's okay. I do have wrinkles. I do have curves. I do have 2 women. You know, I have hips. Acknowledging that, realizing I have that, embracing that, realizing that if I want to change that, I have to make that change. But embracing that, I think that's the hardest thing. You know, I woke up, I'm going to get a little emotional. I had my anniversary on Monday. And, you know, I had my anniversary, and my husband did the coolest thing. He gave me the coolest hat, and oh, I don't have the hat with me, but it says boss. It says B-O-S-S. And I looked at this and go, you know what? I can't wear this, because who am I to say that I'm a boss? Who am I to say that? And that's when I realized that we have to accept, oh, thank you. He gave me the hat. See? We have to accept who we are, whatever that is. You know, I have to accept that I am a purple-haired, 40-year-old mother of 2, and I'm a badass woman doing videography in a man's world. No disrespect to a man. I am honored, blessed, and honored to know all the great men out there that have paved the way for me to do what I do. And I'm working with some badass men next week to do a badass commercial. But I had to, for myself, do this. I had to admit that we have to own up for who we are. We have to own up for what we do. And that's what I want to tell you. When you're doing video, when you're doing live, you can't worry about, hey, is my hair perfect? Hey, is my makeup getting smudged because I'm crying and the waterworks are flowing? No, that's what I was passionate about telling you today. I just want you to hit the red button. I want you to hit the red button, hit record. I want you to share the recording. I want you to rewatch it. I want you to do it again. Record, push, watch, do it again. Record, push, watch, and do it again. Over and over and over again. And I'm here to support you every step of the way. You know, it's a struggle that I have, and I know it's a struggle that lots of men and women have, but you can all do it. You can all be your own badass person because that's what each of you are. And if somebody doesn't like it, it's okay. It's okay that they don't like it. But my husband gave this to me, and I wondered why he gave it to me. And I now know why he gave it to me. Because I struggle with it just like every one of you. But you know what? I'm not going to just ignore it. I'm going to power through. I'm going to power through and appreciate the women and men that I come across in this world that do great badass things, and I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to keep growing and keep learning. So I'm Vanessa Lane. I'm a badass video editor with purple hair. I go live almost every single day. I love talking with you. I love connecting with you. I love helping you. That's my why. My why is I want to tell your story, your passion, your journey to the world one step at a time, and I want to do it with you, and you can do it too. So my 4 steps: I want you to record it. I want you to rewatch it. I want you to post it. I want you to do it again. And that's who I am. I'm a video editor. I know you can do it, and I'm going to be open and honest with you every step of the way. If I have a day like today, it has a day, but I'm going to show you who I am. Again, I'm Vanessa Lane, View It, Do It, and the new CCO of the Phoenix Factor and Girls on Fire. And I love you guys for being with me. I love you for supporting me. And tomorrow, guess what? It is Fire Day. We got Heather Parody with Unconventional Leaders, hashtag LinkedIn Leaders. You need to follow her if you are not. Let me tell you, this woman is off the charts. Off the charts. She's got a wonderful podcast. Brandy Holloway is going to be live with me tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, Brandy just dropped some love, man. We're going to do a webinar on the 23rd of June. Girls on Fire Network in the events. Go sign up for it. Content creation for a year. Are we crazy? We are crazy. It is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Please go sign up for that. Again, content creation for the year. We are nuts. And then July 9th, don't forget our summer social media series, 6 weeks, every single week. We've got you. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, we got you. And you got me, you got Brandy, and we're going to be with you every step of the way. Again, Vanessa Lane, CCO of Girls on Fire and Phoenix Factor, and I will see you with Brandy Holloway tomorrow for Fire Day with Heather Parody, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you soon. Bye.